Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Wisdom to Win podcast. I am your host, RaeJ Johnson, and today this is going to be a rant day, a RaeJ rant day. Why a rant day, you say? This is why. You know, it really does, I guess you could say, boggle my mind when there are things that I know that I have available to help people, and the people don't want the help. Well, why am I trying to force my help on them, you say? Well, when I hear complaints of people needing things, I don't have enough for this. I wish I knew how to do that. I really would love to build a legacy and leave a legacy of wealth for my family, but they won't let us have a seat at the table. They won't let us do this. I can't afford this, that, and a third. Well, when I find the solution, the one thing that really is my pet peeve is that when I present the solution to the person that presented a problem and they refuse to take it, or they come up with all of these excuses as to why they've changed their mind, or they're really okay with where they are, but they're steady complaining about where they are. And for example, when women are divorced and they have to take on these whole new roles and do things differently than what they've been used to, especially if you've been married for decades and now you find yourself having to do everything by yourself, it is looked at differently from the outside. People see things you've accumulated over the years. They see that it seems as if you have everything, air quotes, together, and that you don't need anything. And Lord have mercy, don't have a strong personality. Don't be an assertive extrovert like I am, because then you need nothing, right? No one thinks that you need anything, anyone, any help, any encouragement. It's crazy. So, one of the things that I'm ranting about is stop that. Stop putting yourself in a position to continuously complain about where you are, or just stop complaining. Just accept where you are, let it be okay. Don't talk to anyone about it, and no one will approach you with things. One of the things that I know that we as women of divorce, especially after decades and you are of a certain age, you need to be able to sustain yourself. Now, maybe you are an empty nester, maybe you have grandchildren, I don't know, but there is a certain way of living that you have become accustomed to. And it's no longer maybe there or sustainable like it used to be. Well, one of the things that I have found out about is investing in precious metals. Now, before you go there, let me just say I had an episode on last week that I would love for you to check out. But this is a relatable budget ability to invest in gold and silver and precious metals. And why am I pushing this? Because this is something that I've wanted to do a long, long time ago. I actually have some old coins that belong to my father that my mother gave to me. And when I took them to a couple of people, they told me, oh, they're not worth anything, but I could take them off your hands. Why do you want to take them off my hands if they're not worth anything? So I've been wanting to learn more about how to have goal. There was something called the Bretton Woods Conference back in the 70s. And that's when Richard Nixon decided that he was not going to let gold back the US dollar. And all of the countries that came together to say, hey, it's easier to exchange the US dollar for gold. So here's my gold in exchange for your US dollar. I can make this work. They kind of start feeling like, wait a minute, I think the United States might be overprinting money. And I don't think that the gold and the money in paper, or fiat, as they call it, which is fake, is measuring up to the gold. Hey, US, give me back my gold. I don't want this paper anymore. And that's when the decline started. It was supposed to be a temporary halt that President Richard Nixon decided not to let gold back the dollar. But guess what? It's still that way today. And that was back in 1971. Anyway, my point is this. We need to have a diversified portfolio. You hear all of those that make the big bucks, that's the uber rich, the 1% that's way, way up there, talk about having a diversified portfolio. They're not just investing in Bitcoin or just the stocks. They've got bonds, they've got precious metals, they've got a variety of other things that I don't know about that I am learning about. And I think that not just divorced women, but everyone, not just women, but everyone needs to learn how to have some wealth building strategies and a wealth mindset. Because with the way things are going, you might have to have something worthy to barter. And I don't think the US dollar is it. Is it worth even a nickel these days? Hmm, that would be something to investigate. But I have a story, and then I'm going to let you guys go and think about this. Before I do, please like and share and subscribe. I am trying to raise my subscribers and let YouTube know, hey, I got something to say for the 50 and older crowd. And I think that you need to let's partner together so that I can do some things with you, YouTube, and get some information out there to the people. So that happens when I get subscribers. That happens when you leave me a comment and let me know, what do you think about today's RaeJ rant? Be nice, be kind, or just don't say anything. But click that subscribe button if you will, and then share this and have a discussion about what you think about what I said. Now, to wrap this up, there was a woman who told a story that is in my group that said she had a debt of $14,000, a little bit more than that. And she didn't have it for her home, or she was going to lose her home. She had this mortgage that she had to pay. And when the landlord came to collect, she told him, the only thing I have is $6,000 worth of gold. And he said, wait, you have $6,000 worth of gold, bullion, pure gold, like 0.999.99% pure gold? She said, yes, I do. Do you know that he excused the $14,000 debt and took the $6,000 gold instead? And she saved her home and has rebuilt her investment. She's done it through this particular process that I'm doing with a relatable budget. I already bought some gold for a little over $20, and gold for the past 4 or 5 days have been going up. So has my investment. That's what I'm talking about, people. That's what I'm saying. I have found a way for you to be able to do wealth building on a budget, but it's all about your mindset. Everything is not a scam. Everybody is not trying to take you. And I just feel like if it was something else like jewelry, a purse, a chicken dinner, I don't know, you would take it, buy it, get it with no problem because I've seen it too much. But when it comes to wealth building and the I want to leave a legacy conversation, and now there's a way for you to do it and you back off of it, did you really want to do that? Or were you just talking because it sounded like what you should be saying today? Anyway, I'm done with the rant. I just wanted to come on here and just express myself in this today and let you know that there are better things that we can be doing to really build our wealth and thinking about diversifying our portfolio with a variety. Like they talk about 7 streams of income. There is something that you need to do with that income so that your money doesn't stay unemployed, as Myron Golden says. You need to employ your money. Your money should be working for you. And that's what this is all about. A money mindset means that you have to start to open your mind up to knowing that there are possibilities out there for you, opportunities out there for you to leave a legacy of benefits and not bills when you leave this earth. I want to leave a legacy of benefits and not bills for my family. I don't want them to have to worry about paying this credit card, paying this debt, paying off that loan. Where did she keep it? Is it in a shoebox somewhere? I don't want them to have to figure out and do a GoFundMe to put me away. I want the process of me and my final resting to be seamless and simple, and to have left something behind for my children and for their children when they have them, if they have them. And so that's why I'm so gung-ho about building with precious metals, because do you realize that gold and silver, precious metals, they're 5,000 years old and they have not diminished in value. But you can go and get that Bugatti, and as soon as you drive it, it has depreciated significantly. Now, I'm not just talking about the high-end cars. Most things that you get depreciate. Real estate is pretty good. Some people put their money in real estate because it can appreciate. So if coins and gold and silver can appreciate in their value, and they have, even though it's slow and steady over time, I think it's worth it. Do you know that if you had invested in Amazon or Netflix, let's say 10, 20 years ago, with $2,500, but maybe you also bought $2,500 worth of precious metals, you would have at least over $1 million now in those precious metals than you would have in the stock for Amazon and or Netflix. Just using that as an example to give you an idea. If you could have bought a car with $2,500 worth of precious metals back in the 1970s, maybe sooner than that, today you could buy two, because that $2,500 would be worth so much more than the US dollar, which is why you have to pay more in the US dollar, because the dollar isn't worth a dollar. So I'm done with the rant. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you understand that the only reason that I'm on here asking for you to consider looking at precious metals as a way that you build wealth and legacy for you, your family, for whoever you may call family. Because get this, blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family. So who are you loyal to today, and who's loyal to you right back? I love you to life and on purpose, and I'll see you on the other side of the next video. Let's do this. Let's do it together. Let's get some wisdom to win. Take care. Bye for now.